Okay. Did I zoom it in? Let's do. What? No zoom. Okay. Alright, here goes. Starting this over. I am in a little teepee. It's been raining. I still have what was leftover snow. See the ice? It's wet. I had gloves on. They're wet. Striker. Fire steel. I found some pine resin, pitch, whatever you want to call it. It's, I'm not sure you can hear that, but it's completely rock. I don't know what good that's going to do me. The ground's wet. My sticks are wet. I'm going to start processing whatever I got. Leaves are wet. I thought it had stopped raining. It's 36 degrees outside. It was still drizzling. And these sticks are like actually wet, but they're still snapping good, which tells me they're what I want if I can get something going. I think I need the tiniest of these sticks. The smallest of the sticks I can get. We'll stack them here where it's nice and wet. So they can draw some more moisture. It is definitely cold, wet, miserable. My hands I can still move them pretty good right now. I'm okay. So just process a bunch of this down, get it ready. I couldn't find any dry tinder, as in plants or plant tops that are like cotton tops or whatever. I mean, it's all soaking wet, dripping. It's been raining all morning. This is like, it's Wednesday, February, let's see, '17th, 2021. We had the big, I'm in Texas, we had a big ice storm come in, which we never get. Everybody lost power. Actually, people are still without power. I got power right now. Freezing cold, rain, snow, sleet, ice this morning. Everything's shut down, so I figured come out, test my skills, because when it's nice outside, skills don't matter. Fiskars, little camp hatchet or whatever. These things are awesome. I've got some wet pine needle. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I got it, because that's what I do. I really don't know what I'm doing. I am not experienced at this, by no means. I probably started 10 fires, maybe. With a ferro rod. So, I'm just guessing. But I guess this is what I would do if I needed to. So I'm going to shave all this stuff off. It's crazy. I didn't sharpen this thing. This is the way it came. I got it at like Walmart, discounted into season for like, I don't know, 20, 24, maybe $30. So all I know is the center of this cedar seems to be the only dry thing I can find on my property. So I'm just going to process it down onto the really nice wet ground right here, because fires love water. No, seriously though, I'm going to process this down. I just want a bunch of it because if I get anything started, I'm assuming, like this is all I got that's dry to make some coals. And if you can get coals, then I can get something else to light off of that if I can keep that going. Man, this smells good. It's an old dead cedar tree I had. It smells so good. So I do know beating a piece of bark, wood, whatever down in the ground to give you something solid to work off of definitely helps. Absolutely helps. I'm going to put a piece of that in my mouth very reluctantly and see if I can warm it up. Pine resin. If I can get it gooey, that'd be pretty good. It's so good. I think it might actually soften. I just hold it in there long. If I can stand to hold it in my mouth long enough. Okay, those maybe a few splintered pieces. Jeez, everything's so wet. It's terrible. But I mean, what do you expect? If it was a bad situation and an emergency. I've done it in the summer. Come out here and build a fire, but that's almost cheating. I got all kinds of plants that just powder at the top, like little cotton tops. It's like having a powder puff ball or something. So, okay, that, these cedar pieces, and then have everything handy. Small stuff. Man, that is terrible. That is so wet. Even pine needles wet. So, let me, going off camera, but I'm trying to square the end up a little bit on that. Just so when I put it here, it holds a little better. Actually, let me get rid of that wet top. It'll split. Okay. Much better. Still cold. Now, okay, I don't know if I should use this or I got a little so-called bushcraft knife. That's what everybody loves to call everything. It's a bushcraft knife. It's like a kitchen knife to me, but I wonder how it feather sticks. Because that's really all that matters. So if I can get this going. Oh yeah, some of those are paper thin. Sorry for the length of the video. I don't have no editing anything, nor do I have editing skills or nunchuck skills. I'm pretty boring when it comes to skills, so if I do that, you're not going to be able to see that. It'll be the exact opposite of what you want to see. So I may have to move the camera or move this. Okay. So I'm trying to get everything set. Big enough piece here to lock it in the dirt. Flat piece here to put my fire steel on. And be able to rake my fire steel down on that. And after that, I've got lots of wet tinder, wet sticks, wet pine needle. Now, I'm going to see, I got this pine resin in my mouth. I don't know how to video that. That may have been gross, I don't know. So I'm going to try and chew it a minute. It kind of chews like gum. My mouth's going to taste like pine for about 2 hours. I already know this. And never tried this before. I couldn't find any resin, pine resin or whatever you want to call it, that was actually wet, gelled still. So I'm going to try and just, I warmed it up in my mouth best I could. It was very old, hard resin. So basically just trying to break it down where if something does start, if the pine needles will catch, and then it melts that, and then that melts, and then that creates a candle effect. That was a lovely flavor. Yum. Pine saw. Got a real pine saw. Reminisce. Alright. Basically just chews down into your teeth. Real good. It's good stuff. It's probably gonna not work, but I have faith. I'm pretty dedicated when I want to do something. I don't like holding it back like this. I like bracing it, but I feel like I need to be on top, so here goes. I'm gonna have to get down on there closer, but that's okay. Just get it a little hot. A better spot for that stuff. Block that up That's not smoke. I'm just cold. It's just cold. My hand is steaming because my glove's wet. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not breathing. That was just steam off my hand as I got hot and my gloves are soaking wet. I'll get it. I had it and got it. Two completely different things. Let me get a little weight behind this. Maybe I don't jump around so bad. Yeah. Had it and still got it. Two things. Two different things. Oh, I'm gonna lose it. Gonna lose it. Maybe if I catch my glove on fire, it'll burn, but they're wet. I think I keep blowing it out. I still don't consider this a fire yet, by the way. Until I can walk away for more than 2 minutes, it is not a fire. It's a good smoke, though. Yeah, see, I mean, it's already going out. I'm losing it. It's okay. Nurse it, but don't put it out. Nurse it, but don't put it out. Everything is so wet. It just doesn't want to take any flame. All it needs is flame. Flame makes more flame. Come on, baby, come on. Afraid to let go of the back side of that. It's just gonna go tumble. I can brace that. Okay. Now I can let go. I hope it's coming through in the video. Come on, burn. I can hear it. I can hear it drying the small tinder out now. So this tinder is soaking wet on the outside, but it breaks nice and easy. If you can build anything to get it dried out, it'll make quick coals. It's a Yaupon tree. I don't know if everybody's familiar with those, but they just burn fast, hot, but you don't get a whole lot of return out of your money there. Open this up. Okay. I'm gonna let that burn for a minute. Smoke. Let it smoke for a minute. Let this burn down for just a minute and I'll show you where I collected all my stuff. It's miserable. It is so miserable outside right now. I mean, I'm enjoying myself, but that's just because I like a good challenge. Fiskars. Man, you keep this thing sharp. You could pretty much use this for your axe and your survival knife almost. I mean, not exactly, but it works pretty good. Okay, so I consider that an actual sustainable fire now. Obviously, if I stay here and tend that, it'll just move up to bigger and bigger sticks. But let me throw a few more of these sticks on here, and then I'll just show y'all what I started with. I mean, this stick's still dripping wet. It's okay though. Get it on there, get it drying out. Looks like a fire to me. Bring you over here, make sure it's still in view. That's my wife's flower pot. That doesn't count. That's my camera mount. Flower pot camera mount. I think it worked pretty good. That's it. Fire. Let me go show y'all. So, I don't remember if I mentioned or not, but Texas freeze apocalypse, I like to call it. It froze more than it snowed. It did snow. Still snow left over. I'm under the trees, and is what's left from about 2 days ago. So I think right now, I don't know if I mentioned it, it's like 20. I mean, I'm sorry, it's about 35, 36 degrees outside. I threw up a makeshift teepee thing, mostly because when I came out, it had just stopped raining, and it started raining again. So I figured it's even better opportunity. If it's raining, I'm gonna bring my hatchet over here, a little chopping log. So I got some property just behind my house. Just come out here goofing around, but it's, I don't know how much rain we got. It's been raining for days and then snowed. This was ice, complete ice yesterday. It's thawed out. Everything out here is absolutely soaking wet, iced over still. I mean, it's just ice. Well, that's ice. My gloves are wet. Yeah, everything's either iced over or wet. So, pasture has nothing dry. There's no dry grass. Even the pine needles, I knew they're wet. I grabbed them wet, but I know they'll dry quick if I get a tiny flame, and then I think I smeared a little resin on there, helped it light. But yeah, it worked. You can make fire when conditions are miserable. I don't feel like I'm cheating with the tarp either, because I always have a tarp with me in my backpack. If we go hiking, no matter what, I've got some kind of tarp just for that reason. I got a wife and 2 kids. Tarp is an instant stay dry shelter. So even if you just hold it over top of you, we've been hiking and just come a downpour we didn't know was going to happen, and just cover up. So, man, that feels good. Anyways, guys, cold, wet, still works. All right, stay warm.